Hey everyone, my name is Patrick Janelle and I am excited to show you around my New York City home, so come on in. So I had always dreamed of having a sort of New York City loft. That was like the vision that I had for myself when I first moved to the city 10 years ago. And during the pandemic, I found this incredible apartment, but it needed a little bit of work to get it to the point where I was truly excited about. But the bones were great, and I'll show you why. As you can see already, the ceilings look incredible. They're these original tin ceilings. The space is really open and wide. And I'd say that my kind of style references are obviously the New York City loft, but a little bit of a Parisian apartment, as you can see referenced by this amazing mirror that I found from a place called Demolition Depot in Harlem. And then like a little bit of kind of upstate farmhouse vibes, which you'll see through some more like rustic touches throughout. So when I first moved into this place, it was all painted kind of very drab white. And what I didn't realize until the color consultant from Farrow & Ball, who I spoke with about the color, was that the white was actually looking drab because of the reflected light coming in from the buildings around me. So the color consultant encouraged me to find a light, neutral white essentially, but something that had just a little bit of color. So we landed on this color called skimmed milk white, which has just the slightest bit of green to it. So it brings in a sort of more vibrant energy into the room while still remaining super light and kind of bright throughout. And to me, this is like the perfect color to achieve that sort of like romantic Parisian apartment that I've also always loved. I've always loved Farrow & Ball colors because the palette is just so rich and beautiful, and I feel like honestly you can't go wrong with any color that you choose. I think that the craftsmanship of the way that the paint is made and also just the sort of timeless quality of all of the colors makes me want to live basically within a Farrow & Ball world. One of the favorite moments that I had with the Farrow & Ball color consultant is when she convinced me to paint my window panes pitch black. Before they were white, and I loved what she said about this black being used to sort of like highlight the windows the same way you would use eyeliner or mascara to highlight your eyes. I mean, windows are the eyes of the apartment, and I just really love the way that the pitch black brings out that feature of the apartment. My very favorite parts of this apartment is, as you can see, my home bar. It's a little bit extra than the ordinary home bar. That's because I love cocktails and I love entertaining, and I have a lot of friends who love cocktails too. I also have an app called the Liquor Cabinet that I started with my brothers years ago. You can download it on an iPhone to get cocktail recipes for making at home. So my approach to kind of organizing bookshelves like this is to think about grouping items together, but never having too much of the same thing all in one place. So this is my dining room, and if you walk into this apartment without any furniture, it actually feels like this really kind of long, weird room. But when I found this old farmhouse table, I realized that this was the perfect space to have an epic dinner party. The color consultant gave me the advice that it was actually a great idea to use the same color throughout, which made me so happy because it really pulled together the entire apartment in a way that I absolutely love. And I'm talking about painting the living room, this long area in the middle, and even the ceilings the same color, and it gives it this really beautiful, cohesive, and calming vibe. So as you make your way through the living room, you get to probably what is my favorite part of the apartment, which is the kitchen. I did pretty much a gut reno of the kitchen, and you'll see why I think I'm so excited about this space when you see this beautiful marble that I picked out from a place called Boss Stone in Long Island City. Boss Stone is a marble yard that's fully women run, and they have the most incredible selection of stone that I could ever imagine. Working with the Farrow & Ball color consultant, I also decided what would be the perfect way to kind of give this space, you know, its own sort of footprint. Because you have this really long area that goes from the dining room into the kitchen, I really kind of wanted to break it up in a way that made this kitchen area its own specific space. We went a little bit more into the green palette to choose lichen for the back wall of the kitchen. I love the way that this color really kind of ties in with the rest of the apartment, but it also makes it its own distinct space. Enter my office. This is a really wonderful calming space. I get this beautiful light coming in that's bouncing off of the buildings behind us. Painted this really warm white called tallow. One reason that I use tallow is because I just really wanted this space back here that got like warm and bright and just felt kind of like full of energy while still being super calming. So coming this way, I have an open bedroom sort of format. I actually don't have any doors that close on my bedroom. So I guess in some ways you could say this is sort of like my ultimate bachelor pad. I also built in what I sort of consider my Carrie Bradshaw closets. Closets that store all of my shoes and all of my clothes, even though it's in a super tiny space that gives way into my bedroom. And my bedroom is painted Wimborne white. I also wanted something that was a little warm, but ultimately just extremely serene. We've actually painted all of the walls in the brick in Wimborne white, and we've extended this color out across the hallway into the bathroom as well. So let me show you the bathroom. Sometimes bathrooms in New York can be like the worst part of the apartment. So it was super important to me actually that I update the bathroom. Here in the bathroom is what I consider to be maybe the pièce de résistance of the entire apartment, which is my own custom neon sign that I had commissioned for myself for my 40th birthday. And voila, welcome to Hotel Chez Patrick. Well, I just wanted to say thank you to the Farrow & Ball team for joining me in this project and honestly making this place my dream New York apartment.